If you flick through YouTube, you will find countless videos about photographing the mountains and the lakes here in the Lake District, but there aren't many about photographing our villages. And I thought it's about time that someone made one. So that's exactly what I'm doing today. Today I'm doing a circular walk of about 4.5 miles. Starting here in the village of Dacre, which is about 3 miles southwest of the town of Penrith. And as I go, I'm going to take in some of the history of this area. This is the church at Dacre. It was built in the 12th century of Norman Gothic design, so it's about 900 years old. And in a minute I'm going to go in and I'm going to have a look around, but I'm going to leave you outside because this is a place of worship and I want to respect that. So I won't be doing any filming in there. What's really interesting in there, it was a very modest church, everything you would expect of an Anglican church, the wooden pews, the altar with the cross on it, and lots of stained glass windows, some very old and some more contemporary. And I did find a stained glass window depicting St. George, the patron saint of England, but unusually I couldn't find one of St. Andrew, the patron saint of Scotland, who this church is named after. If you have a look around the churchyard here at Dacre, you will find 4 stone carvings of bears, like this one. Now I would love to tell you more about them, but the truth is, nobody knows how old they are, who made them, or why they're here. Now before I leave the church here at Dacre, I just want to tell you a little bit about St. Andrew himself. He was the brother of St. Peter, and the two of them were fishermen. So as well as being the patron saint of Scotland, he is also the patron saint of fishermen and pregnant women. And he was also crucified, much like Jesus, but he was crucified in a sort of X shape. And that's where the Psalter, the flag of Scotland, gets its shape from. I'm heading out of Dacre now, and I'm following this track off towards Dalemain, one of the great houses here in Cumbria. And as I left the village, I passed Dacre Castle. It's a 14th century castle, so it's about 700 years old. And around that time, there were a lot of raids from over the border, from the Scots marauding into England. And so you'll find a lot of these little castles in this area. And this one is now privately owned, so I decided not to linger too long. You'll probably notice today that I'm shooting with the Canon M50. I always use this little camera when I'm doing this sort of thing, and that's because it's mirrorless, and that allows me to use the histogram in the EVF. So I can shoot in manual mode and just adjust the exposure by changing the shutter speed. My route has brought me around the front of Dalemain House. This is one of the oldest houses in Cumbria. Part of it dates back to the 12th century. The current owners, the Hazel family, I think that's pronounced correct, have had it since the 17th century. Now, the Dalemain Estate is the second largest privately owned estate in the Lake District, behind the combined estates of Lonsdale and Lowther, which are essentially owned by members of the same family. You might also be interested to know that Dalemain is the home to the world's premier marmalade competition. I'm moving away from that noisy old road now and into the park at Dalemain, and what's going to be the last leg of my circular walk. I love this time of year. There are no leaves on the trees, so you can really appreciate the structure of them and the intricate detail. And they've got this grand old bugger here in the park next to Dalemain. And I can just get a shot of this guy silhouetted against the sky with the house just off to the right-hand side. That's almost it for me for this week. The road that's going to lead me back to the start point is just over there. But before I go, let me leave you with this point. I think photographers are inherently curious people, and our photography drives that curiosity, that need to explore new places, to learn new things, to discover more about the world around us. But I also think it works the other way around, and if we understand more about our subject, that helps us to be better photographers, to take better photographs. And if we can immerse ourselves in the history and culture of an area, that can only be a good thing.